So hello everybody, yes, so a bit late today because I'm just down here in Weymouth and the place behind me is called the Lantern Trust. Lantern Trust is really interesting because they have under one building what you might describe as a mix of some of our life centres and then some of our recovery and homelessness stuff. So people come in there and they can get help immediately with their health or with their benefits or with their housing, and these guys are all over working with partners in a really similar way to We Appreciate as well. So good people to know, and I'm going to try and do some tour around some other people over these next weeks who are good people for us to know and maybe learn from, maybe get some ideas from. So that's why we're a bit later today, because it's now Monday lunchtime. But a few things, just other partners that we've been talking to in the last week. So things are going really well with potentially Southbourne coming on board as our fifth food bank. And we've Nicky and I and Karen, the chair, talked with a couple of their elders from the Emmanuel Church there on Friday, and so that's now going off to have further chats with their elders and with volunteers, and we're now get ourselves a plan over the next couple of months, hopefully to start working more closely with them. A lovely discussion also with a guy called Johannes Radvan, who he and his wife are running some amazing stuff out of St Clement's Church around Boscombe. And they have an extraordinary church hall that I was shown around. Needs about £250,000 worked on it, but what a great life centre that would make. And they're doing some excellent work around food and supporting a really needy part of the community there. And actually they would love some help with the gardening team that Rob and Mikey are looking after. So we've got various churches who are wanting us to look after, do some essential maintenance on their grounds, and the folk there at St Clement's want us to jump on that as well. So hopefully we can get that going. And of course, don't forget there's some other great stuff going on, which our friends like Derek is now that he's reached another milestone. I was talking with him last week and he reminded me that he's been into 5 senior schools and into a couple of junior schools over the last few months. He's also got opportunities to work with the university, with the army, all around providing these financial wellbeing sessions. And he's now building up a little team, maybe we hopefully somebody from Bournemouth Community Church who's going to be help with him to deliver these sessions. So he's got the Cap Money course, but he's also got a variant on that, something which is much more suitable for those who maybe are at the sharp end of need. And so we're looking for ways in which we can make use of the skills and resources that he's got, as they're super helpful. And in such a time as this, what better thing it could we be doing than financial well-being and help making the most of your money and things like that. Actually, it was really lovely to hear Becky last week tell us a story about one of the people that she's been working with who's recently been widowed, and the poor lady was just really struggling with mental health and grief. But Becky wonderfully was able to help her to sort out some of her debts left over from the funeral and from the solicitors involved in that, and now she's free of those debts, or it's all been now under a managed way, and which is great because actually the lady's come alive again. She was really struggling to actually get out, but in Becky's words, she's a different lady. She started going to the gym, and that's the sort of thing that the long-term support that the CMA guys are giving. So thank you for all that you're doing there. Couple of in-house, we're going to the beach, aren't we? So tomorrow evening, Tuesday evening, it'd be really lovely to see any of you who can make it, just have a little couple of hours down by the beach hut for anybody who wants to rock up from across the staff team, and bring some food, bring something to sit on, and we'll bring some games and get that going. So if we gather about 5:30, if you could let us know on the calendar invite whether you can make it, that would be really helpful to know numbers. And a couple of other in-house stuff. So Claire's done amazing stuff on getting the health and safety policy sorted out. We need to update it. There's lots of stuff we've learned from a few other people. So have a look at that on Breathe if you could, and tick off that you've had a read of it. We want to make sure everybody's had a read. And it's good that some of the risk assessment sessions with Steve Annandale are coming up. Really appreciate your help in getting those done as well. Finally, I'm sort of trying to pick up words and verses and things which are really going to help us when as it gets tough, because there's quite a lot of gloom around, isn't there? So verses like this really help me. It's in John 16, and in the Amplified version it sort of says, take heart and be courageous, be confident, be undaunted, be filled with joy, because God, Jesus, has overcome the world. So I love that word, be undaunted. So I pray you have an undaunted week, and talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.